Hello, friends. A very good afternoon to all of you. I would like to welcome you all in my afternoon session. We bring this session every Friday, and the objective of this session is to bring you the information about different markets. Either it's GTA, Kitchener, Waterloo, Cambridge, Vancouver, Calgary, Alberta, a lot of markets are out there, and there are viewers who watch these live sessions from different part of the country. So my objective, my intent is to connect with the people who work in those markets, get their insight about real estate, how market is behaving, how the uh, rate of interest is impacting the real estate in that particular market, and based on that information you can make an informed decision. I personally believe real estate is one of the biggest purchase what you do in your life, so it is very important for you to have the right knowledge, right information, so that it help you to make a very informed decision. So in sequence to that, today we are going to talk about a very interesting market. We are not going to talk about the whole city. On Wednesday we spoke about KWC market, and I am so surprised the kind of response I got from the viewers, the kind of questions we had. That was very interesting. But guys, you have to keep one thing in mind. It takes a lot of time, a lot of efforts, a lot of energy, not only at my end, but a lot of people who participate into these sessions. So my humble submission to you is, if you like these sessions, please make sure comment on it, share this knowledge and information with others, and maybe your one share can help somebody to get some good information about that particular market, and based on that they can make their decision. So in this sequence today we are going to talk about a very interesting market, which is Brampton, the east side of the Brampton. Brampton is itself a very big city with a population of almost 700,000, one of the most dynamic market all across the country, and it has its own beauty, it has its own charisma. And today we are going to talk about this market with another amazing personality from Team SaveMax. I call this gentleman as like a great friend, a well-wisher, and an amazing personality. His knowledge about real estate industry is second to none, and on top of it, the way this person understand the client's requirement, that itself is very amazing. And I know him from almost like 2 decades now, and I was so fortunate to work with him when I just landed into this country as a new immigrant. So without taking a lot of your time, let's bring uh, James Webb. So Jimmy, how are you today?
I'm good, Roman. Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful introduction.
Fantastic. And Jimmy, let me tell you, I always admire you for your smile. I always admire you for your thought process and the way you actually fight for your clients. I have seen you working on so many deals, and I really am very impressed with your working style. And nowadays, like I like your hairstyle as well. How is your new hairstyle doing on?
It's going good. It's going
That's great. So, Jimmy, before we go further, would you please introduce yourself?
good. I'm Jimmy Webb, a broker of record with Samax Fortune. An opportunity given by Samax, and I'm pretty much happy with it. The culture that Samax has actually implanted in us, that really helps us with our team, and also I can say with our clients. We do the best that we can, and to the best of our knowledge, we help them out.
That's really fantastic. Jimmy, so you are associated with Samex from last, I think, 3, 4 years. And we know each other from almost like 2 decades, I would say now, when I just came into this country as a regular immigrant.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of good memories of working together in WWICS as an immigration company. And then at one point of time, like, I started my real estate journey, and you also started your real estate journey, and then we both decided to become part of one team. uh, how is this real estate journey so far? It's been almost a decade, and you have dealt with like hundreds and thousands of clients. And as I was mentioning, one thing I love about you, the way you manage your clients, the way you work for them, that is really commendable. So how is your experience in the real estate industry so far?
It's I've not had problems with clients or the real estate industry, is because the thing is, if you think about that you're dealing with a client, it's a situation that will put you in a very, in a catch 22 situation. But if you think that, if you're looking for a client, but would you buy this, or what decisions would you take if you are buying a house, that makes your life much easier when you're dealing with a client. So I think, yeah, it's only the mindset and thought process that you put forward in the right way.
And I do agree with you, because this all is about mindset, the way you think, the way uh, you take the challenges of your life. Last 2 years, James, market has been a little bit challenging, but the way I think Team SaveMax has put itself at the forefront in the market, we are still working for our clients, working for the community, doing some good things out there. And I see a lot of activity you are doing in Brampton East,
Yes.
and that is the market we are going to focus today. So, can you tell me a little bit more about this particular side of Brampton East market, where there's a lot of activity uh, happens, especially as far as the real estate is concerned?
Yeah, to be very honest, Raman, this market, it is a niche market. They also name it as an upscale market in a way. It's bordering to Vaughan and North York, and pretty much the market is highly priced also. Like the price tag compared to different places in Brampton are pretty much high. But yeah, in return you get good lot sizes, and it's a mix of everything in Brampton East. So you have like 106 ethnic communities out there, and which it makes it very vibrant.
It's really fantastic, James. So why don't we just jump onto the presentation, because you have worked hard on putting up this presentation and bringing up all the knowledge and information from Brampton East. James, can you see it on the screen right now?
Yeah, yeah, I can.
Okay, fantastic. So without taking much of the time, let's move on to the presentation. All your James now.
Yeah, talking about Brampton East, a part of Brampton, it's one of the most sought after communities. As I said, that Brampton East is a vibrant and diverse community. Just specifying diverse community, it has 106 different ethnic origins with different age groups there. It's family, friendly environment, excellent schools, convenient access to major highways of like 401, 407. So it is in the proximity to major highways of 401, 410, and 407, and it's pretty much for easy commute. There are parks, recreational facilities, and green spaces. Diverse dining because of different ethnic groups that are there. The shopping options are there in Brampton as well as the bordering, which is one, including the best Bramley City Center that we have, which is in Brampton. It has highly rated schools and educational institutions. So I've just specified this as nine public schools, five Catholic schools, and one private schools. But the high schools are seven, so bringing it to 21.
Wow, Jimmy, you won't believe, like I lived in Brampton for almost 17 years, and I never went into that much detail about Brampton or Brampton East. So it's really very interesting information for me. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, the current market insight, like we are looking at this market, which is pretty much, because of the interest rates from 23. So we have put in the detached homes and semi-detached home, the average prices which are there, and the days they are on market. Uh, The sale to list price is pretty much okay because I don't see a big drop in it. The market is slow compared to the first two quarters of 24 with anticipated reduction in the interest rates in September. Right? So, but I think the market is expected to get better with the interest rate going down by zero point 0.5, and we are expecting something better coming up on the 4th of September.
Jimmy, without before we move further,
Mhm.
there's something very interesting information which I can see over here. 21 days in market is not bad. Like, the way people are perceiving real estate market, that, oh, there's a very big challenge, or, houses are not selling. But I'm very, very surprised to see these stats, like 21 days in market for a detached home and 23 days in market for a semi-detached home, which is not bad. And
Which
sales to list price ratio 98, 96%. It's
Yeah,
uh,
but
so it
again, to saying to this, Raman, is because what happens is that if you are pricing it right, like, and I would not like to point out to anybody, but I think it's a realtor's job also to make the client understand that what would be the right price depending on the market situation. So I think if the price is right, this is an average days on market that the thing will sell.
fantastic. That's great. No, I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, the average. This is a basically average home price and trend over the last 2 years. But again, as I said, that in 2024 things are beginning to change with the drop with the interest rate. But this chart shows the average home price in Brampton East over the last 4 quarters. And talking about the trend of gradual decline continued in 2024, the prices are averaging to 929,833 in the
Mm,
first quarter, even dripping down to 919,221.
yeah. So,
Uh,
James, if I look at this in last, like, these 4 quarters, it shows like the price came from 958 to 919, which is, I think, around $40,000 difference.
yeah,
So, what's your take on to that? Like, 4% price uh, going down. Uh, like,
yeah,
as far as
yeah.
the overall economy is concerned, I think the situation is pretty very intense out there. But still, like, the price is down by 4% in Brampton East, which shows the solid strength of the market, right?
Yes, it does. It does. Yes. And I would. This is what I mentioned here, that the consistent decrease is it's showing on the cooling of market. And yeah, the buyers are, you can say, I would not say scared also, but they are still waiting for the decrease in prices. But if things move in the interest rate in a different direction, lowering it down, I think the market will be back to the prices where they were.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I moved on to next slide. Please go ahead.
Yeah, just related to what the graph was before. If you see the active listings and the trend again over the last 2 years, the second quarter in 2024, the listings are moved up to 98, which I think is a better option for the buyers because they will have more options, and they have an opportunity. That, yes, I do understand that the interest rates are higher, but the prices are lower, and with the change that is happening in, and with the interest rates lowering down, I think the buyers will be benefited out of it.
Hmm.
Coming to the rental market in Brampton, it's always been high, and the way the things are going in with the prices going on, the rental market is pretty much strong. Uh, I've mentioned the prices for the detached, semi-detached, and townhouses. This is the current rental prices that is coming up currently in Brampton East.
Hmm.
Right?
30, 3,800, 3,300, 3,500. That's a pretty decent price, James.
Yeah, and now you know what? There may be questions by some of the viewers that why is the semi-detached 3,300 and the townhouse 3,500, right?
Hmm.
But what happens is that right now with the current development that is happening in Brampton East, the townhouses are 3 stories, so that goes for 3,500. But semi-detached are, some of the older semi-detached, or they have the basement separately rented. So those amounts are not being added in this.
Right.
Yeah. This is one of the interesting thing that is going on right now in the east side of Brampton, with commercial real estate, with offices, industrial areas that people are selling in, even shops and all this stuff. There has been a drop with the retail market, but there has been an increase with industrial and office leases. The commercial retail rates fell to 29 per square feet, but there has been a growth with industrial and office leases. And with the current developments that are going, because there are, in commercial, it is pretty much less development that is happening in on the east side of the Brampton. So the prices are gone up with industrial and office leases.
Hmm.
This one is a good question. What do you say?
Very good question, and I'm always curious about it as well. So there are a lot of viewers who might be thinking, like, buying the property on various areas. And as I mentioned in my previous talk, we spoke about London market, we spoke about KWC market, we spoke about Oakville market, and every market has its own characteristics. And all people who came with while sharing that information, they all came with their own logics. But why Brampton East is very interesting. So, James, please move on.
Uh, like Brampton East is, as I mentioned before, Brampton East is an upscale area as they have tagged it, right? And obviously there are big lots, and it is in a very good proximity compared to any other areas in Brampton, because it's close to the highways. It's a bordering to one, so there are many shopping centers that you can go through, religious places that you can move in. And again, the as I said, the diversity, there are 106 different ethnic groups there, so which makes that area pretty much vibrant. The It's very scenic in a way, and the neighborhood's historical charm, and combined with its modern conveniences, as mentioned, makes it a desirable location for families.
That's great. So, Jimmy, I think this was something very interesting. As I mentioned, a great knowledge and information for me as well. And I really appreciate it. Um, Guys, I always request all the viewers, it takes a lot of time, like you have seen this presentation about the Brampton East, the way the demographics are, the way the schools and other things, and then what about the real estate statistics. So let's first look at some of the comments over there. uh, I can see Sujit Pingle here. I feel sorry for Brampton real estate. Sujit ji, we will talk about it. Unfortunately, we made it worse by flipping houses. It's very interesting question, and I think this is a very interesting topic on the debate. Vijay Mani, very very good morning. Rohit Mani ji, very very good afternoon. Sorry, good afternoon. Amrinder Singh ji, thank you very much. So, guys, first of all, let me ask you one question. Do you really appreciate the efforts by Team SaveMax bringing up all this knowledge and information for you and being transparent, like, putting up all these data stats on social media and having a live discussion? I think you need courage for that, especially in the challenging market like this. So, James, should we have some discussion? Sujit is saying, I feel sorry for Brampton real estate. Do you feel sorry for Brampton real estate? I don't feel sorry for Brampton real estate.
You see, honestly, Raman, I'll tell you what happens is it's an individual thought, it's an individual decision what he does. Uh, Feeling sorry, I don't know how to really explain this thing, but again, Brampton has been a strong market. I do understand that the prices have gone up and all this stuff, but the population is growing as well. So and it's a supportive market, and I don't think you should be sorry about that. I don't know what he's talking about, to be very honestly.
Yes, but Sujitji, first of all, I really appreciate, I admire you for your comments. But let's have some good live discussion onto this. We should not feel sorry about the Brampton real estate market. Brampton is such an amazing market for real estate, and I think there are not hundred, not thousands, hundreds of thousands of stories where people invested in Brampton and they made money. Let me tell you why I support Brampton so much, because Brampton is the reason I am sitting here. I started my real estate career from Brampton. I bought my first house in Brampton. I opened my company in Brampton, and Brampton, I very loudly say, is my first love. And I personally believe Brampton is one of the best city, not only in Canada, but in the world to live. Of course, it has its own piece of challenges. Of course, it has its own share of problems. Which city doesn't have? So I think we should look towards the positive side of it rather than looking towards the negative side of it. And Brampton is such an amazing, vibrant community, such a multicultural community. It is so welcoming. And I personally believe, especially for South Asian community, it is an amazing place to live. Like, see, we have so many temple, churches, gurudwaras, mosques within the same city where our families or parents, they come and they go and sit together with each other, so I think we should look at the positive side of the Brampton. As I earlier mentioned, of course every city has its own challenges and problems, so does the Brampton have. uh, Now if we talk about a little bit on the challenges side, I know, Jimmy, recently there has been Brampton has been a lot in news because of what you call it, the car thefts, right? There's a lot of cars which are being stolen on the streets, but all those things keeps working on it, I have another comment from Ranju Paul. When would be a good time, so given the chance of the mortgage rates going down, let's look. Oh, it's a very big comment. Bogar, when would be a good time to buy? Should one wait a few more months? Do you think the prices may come down? And what with respect to mortgage rates in this market, should we stick to a fixed or variable rate mortgage? Do you see Brampton appearing further over the years, or would you think it's being saturation? It's hitting the saturation. James, first, I would love to know what you think about it, and I will put my 2 cents onto it.
Um, Mortgage rates down. When would be a good time to buy? You the buying, there is no time. I would say that if you are a first time home buyer, or even if you're looking for a house or you are trying to go for a bigger one, this is the right time. It's a buyer market, as they're saying, and it's been a long buyer market. It's been 18 above 18 months that it has been a buyer market. So there is no good market than today to go and buy a home. Um, should wait for few months for the mortgage rates to go. With respect to mortgage rates, like, if it's a very common sense that if the mortgage rates goes down, the interest rates are going to go higher.
Yeah,
Sorry, I mean, yeah, the prices will be going higher. So you may pay a lower interest rate, but you will buy the house at a higher price. But if you buy today, you may buy it at a lower rate with a interest rate as we are expecting it to go down. You will actually make an equity out in your house. So I think it's a good time to buy.
yeah. So Jimmy, I second what you said, and let me give a very straightforward answer to what Ranju has said. Ranju, you have asked 4 questions. So let me first tell you, when the mortgage rates are going down, the prices are going to go up. So it is your call as a smart buyer that you want to buy in today's market when the rates are a little bit higher, but the prices are lower, or when the rate is a little bit lower, but the prices are higher. So it is absolutely up to you. Now, I will relate it with your fourth question where you asked about should we go for a fixed rate mortgage or should we go for a variable rate mortgage. Today, I am recommending to a lot of my buyers that today they should go for a variable rate mortgage. So let's say if you are going for a 3 year rate or a 5 year rate, you will get close to 5%, give and take, like somewhere 4.8, somewhere 5.1, 5.2. So there is the fixed rate what you are going to get. But if you are going for a fixed rate, which is the prime is at 6.7, so let's say if you get a 60, 70 pips discount from the bank, your rate of interest for the variable rate is going to be 6.1 or 6.2. I know you are paying almost 1% higher today. I still recommend you to take an option for variable rate mortgage. The simple reason for that is that variable rate mortgage, you will get an opportunity to convert that into a fixed rate mortgage whenever you want. So let's say down the road after 6 months, the rate of interest come down by 4 or 5 times every time quarter of an percentage. So The rate of interest is going to go down by 1.5%, right? Now, for 6 months, you paid an extra 1% mortgage for 1 year, which is your overall impact is 0.5%. Whereas at that time, just because the rate of interest has gone down, you might get an opportunity to get it fixed at 4%. If you get that opportunity, now you have another 3 or 4 or 5 years, depending upon the terms you choose. So think about it, that how it is going to benefit you. So if you are paying a little bit higher rate of interest today, but you are getting much lower rate of interest as a fixed rate for yourself for 3 to 5 years, it is a win-win situation for you. So I think my answer is very clean and clear. Now you spoke about how the Brampton market is going to behave. To my understanding, Brampton is a very emotional market, and people really do a lot of emotional buying in Brampton, especially like South Asian community. We are emotional people. Whenever we start buying, we buy like that tomorrow there is not going to be any house in the market, and when we stop buying, we stop everything right there. So that is what happens in Brampton. So I am always a little skeptical about the upward trend and the downward trend in Brampton. And that is what I was telling. Let the market start moving, and you will see people again lining up, because they are all waiting. All the buyers are waiting for the good market to come. But I don't understand why. This is the market to buy. Today, you are getting something almost a detached house, almost $300,000 less than what you were able to buy 2 3 years before, when the rate of interest were lower. So even if your rate of interest is has gone up by 2%, it is not gonna make impact on your mortgage so much. Whatever the benefit you are getting just because of the lower price range. So let's look at Sujit Pingal. Where did you move to? Okay, somebody is asking a question to Sujit. Ranju, don't stress. Job market is dead. Sentiment is down in brain. Market is not gonna move higher. So Mr. J seems to be in little on the negative side of the market. Don't listen to realtors from them. Market will go higher in a month, in few months, etc., etc. That's great. So let's listen to Mr. J. So, Jay, I openly challenge you today on this live session. If you are thinking the market is going to go down, so let's say we go by your opinion, and I'm pretty sure you might be living in a house right now. Why don't you go and sell that house and buy it cheaper after 6 months? If you are thinking the house price is going to go down by 3 400,000, so I am ready to buy your house. I am ready to buy your house on today's market price. You live there in that house as a tenant, and buy that house back from me for 200 $300,000 less after 6 months or 1 year, whenever you feel like. How is that, James? Does that
No,
make sense?
I, I,
Money.
I agree. I mean, see, everyone has their opinion about it, and it's not that realtors are giving out false information or trying to do business out of a client. It is an opinion based the experience that we are in this market, that we tell the client that we foresee this is going to happen.
Jay is saying, hold on a second, Jimmy. Sorry. Jay is saying, why do I need to sell? So, Jay, because you are giving an advice to people, to the first time home buyer, that don't buy the house and keep paying the rent. So, you yourself are living in the house. You are not willing to sell, even knowing that the house prices is going to come down by 2 300,000. Okay, what is going to be your closing cost? Your closing cost is not going to be that much. How much is your closing cost? You will be paying like maybe, let's say, 3.5 to 4% realtor commission. But if you're paying 20 30,000 dollars, and if you're saving $300,000, that definitely makes sense, that you are still saving $250,000. So Mr. J wants to live in the house by himself, but wants to suggest other not to buy the house. That's great, Mr. J. I really appreciate your thought process. So very great.
Uh,
Okay. If
Raman,
I sell, if I sell and buy again, no point of me paying you for selling and then pay again a realtor to buy. Mr. J, I think number makes sense. Let's say if you end up paying $50,000 as a cost, but saving 300,000, you are still on a profit of 250,000. So if you don't understand that little logic of your own opinion, then I think you should not put your opinion, and don't try to misguide people. It is always beneficial to pay Rent. That is what you are saying. It is beneficial to pay rent rather than paying your own mortgage. Wow, that's great. I really admire your thought process, Mr. J, and I am very happy and willing to come and discussion and have a discussion on any platform. So, guys, this is sometime I see. I don't understand people's mindset. They are so much concerned about realtor making money, and they are like guiding people in the wrong direction. So, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. But
No, Raman, I understand that he's been
so,
writing.
okay, Mr. J, now he's saying, I never said properties will fall 200K. So what are you saying? So you are saying property will fall 50,000? So think about it. Okay, let's come on to your logic like properties will fall 50,000. By the time they again buy the house, they will be end up paying $50,000 in the rent anyway, because somebody needs the house to live, my friend, right? Whereas the chances of that happening are very, very minimal today. Everybody can see that the rate of interest are going down, and now the market will not go that much. And I never recommend to somebody who doesn't have a good job, who doesn't have a decent down payment, I never recommend them to buy a house. Even today, James, I tell only those people who have a good stable job, have some decent down payment, and have a good credit, right? So, but I still respect your opinion, Mr. J. But my idea of countering onto your comment is, because try to understand your comment might impact somebody who has just come into this country, and we are making a negative opinion about the market just by putting up a logic that realtor will misguide you just to make money. My dear friend, that is not the right statement, right? It is our job, it is our profession. You are doing some job. Do you misguide your clients just to make money? Should I come and comment to you on that? So that is not the right approach. You want to put up your point. I am happy to hear to your logic. I think giving this logic just because that the realtor, you are putting every single realtor into the same bucket. I am proud on my profession. Last 15 years, I have sold more than 20,000 houses. And with what a lot of people have become millionaires. A lot of my investors, they have made a lot of money, right? And I feel proud in what I have done. So, but anyway, Jimmy, anything from your side on this?
Why don't you buy more?
Oh, absolutely, Mr. J. Fantastic. That's a great question. Mr. Raman, if you think I am ready to buy your house, my friend, I am ready to buy more, right? Don't you think I am buying houses right now? I am buying houses right now. I am making investments right now. In last 7 or 8 months, I don't want to tell you live here on social media, but I bought some decent properties.
No, but Raman,
Anyway,
I have one thing to say here. Like I understand Jay is mentioning all this stuff here, but again, it is something that he's thinking. It is his choice of about right and wrong. But everybody has to buy a house. It is a necessity here.
yeah.
So like your family proposition can change, and you may have a semi-detached. You need a bigger one. So it's like a necessity, and you will buy. But we are saying that this is a good market to buy.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Mr. J is saying, but realtors did misguide so many innocent people in 21, 22. Now they are bankrupt or underwater by 300K. Mr. J, I feel pity. I'm so sorry I'm using this word. My sincere apologies for using that word. I feel so pity on your thought process. Listen, my friend, there were people who were lining up at
Yeah.
builders' sales center three days before without the realtors. They were people like who were after our life, like we were holding them. I said, and James, so many times it happened to me. I was telling my client not to put that much price in the multiple bidding, but the client was like, no, 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 Mr. Raman, like I want to buy this house. I know the prices is going to go more up and all that stuff.
They used to not entertain realtors,
Yes,
builders. Yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
the client
So
will be directly there.
I am in. I am ready to take any suggestion, any comment, which is logical. But putting up that comment, but realtors did misguide so many innocent people. My dear friend, tell me, everybody is well educated here. No realtor is gonna go and put a gun on somebody's head and say, "Okay, you sign here." That is not the case, right? And try to understand, guys. And this is what sometimes is not the right approach of commenting, or like I would say, blaming on realtors. That is, I'm sorry, Mr. J, with great regards to you. I'm just trying to put up a right point in front of you. I will agree on everything what you said, except for one thing, that realtors, they misguide so many innocent people. That is not the right approach. My dear friend, everybody who came into this country is very well educated. They all understand their obligations, right? So we are there to help people, to guide them, and we help them to make their decision. But anyway, we can keep going on to this. uh, uh, I can say some comments from Prashant Maya. I think we all can agree that each one should buy when they have made their own mind without any influence. Absolutely, Mr. Prashant, I do agree, and this is the way to put up the I think the opinions. Have down payment, and at least for next 6 months of installment.
Yeah, makes
uh,
sense.
Prashant, I always recommend, and this is what I was telling, uh, you should have decent down payment, you should have a good credit, you should have a stable job, and you are saying 6 months of installment. I do agree, and sometimes I recommend keeping in view, like the cash flow of my clients. Sometimes I recommend them, you should have 1 years of installment in your pocket. But yes, 6 months is a very decent period. So that's great, and I really appreciate your suggestions on this. Jimmy, your take onto this. Sorry, I got a little emotional onto that.
What is this? When you have bought it one investment, which is obviously people should have made money because of appreciation.
Yes,
Yes.
Prashant, you're so right. When people have bought it, it was an investment, which is always a risk. If people should made money cause of appreciation, then there was no noise. But now, and Prashant, the good part is, I don't think so. People who bought the houses in 2021, 2022, everybody lost money. If somebody was thoughtful about it, and they were not going, like putting like overbidding on any house, right? So it was there. And how can you say an investor who has a capability to put up like 200,000 300,000 dollar to buy a real estate? How can you say, like they don't know what they are doing? Now you're like we start putting the blame on the others. Okay. Uh, Jay is saying, "Can I have live and have a debate?" Absolutely, Jay. I will send you the link. Please do send me your WhatsApp message or anything, and let's have a good debate onto it. But I would humbly request you, let's be respectful in using the words. Let's be thoughtful on what we are doing, and I'm more than happy to welcome you on the debate on this. So please send me your details, and I will send you the link to join. Prashant is saying, yes, they just need to hold for a few years. I bought home via SaveMax, Pavanji, and it did not depreciate it. Fantastic, Prashant. I really appreciate. And Jay, this is a great example. Prashant is saying he bought a house through one of our team member, Mr. Pavan, and it did not depreciate at all. Right? I was talking to one of my clients today. Jimmy, they bought a house through us in 2021, right, in Muskoka. And these people, they got an upgrade of $200,000 on that house. Now they have done the appraisal on it, and the appraisal has come down by approximately $100,000 less than what they bought it for. But they understood it. They said, Raman, we understand we spent almost $200,000 on the upgrades, right? So this is not the market where you will get every single dollar back what you are spending on the upgrade of the house. But they were so much comfortable. They said, we know that by the time we get the closing and by the time we are ready to sell, we will recover all that money. Okay, Ramanji, sir, I heard you on air guaranteeing in 2022 that the prices will go up, and this was in February 2022. Jay, I am pretty sure, and I do agree with you. I might have said But let me tell you, 99% of the time, my predictions were right. Right? Sometime it might go wrong. What's wrong in it? I am not the fortune teller. And I'm not like, I don't remember, but I'm not denying on what you are saying. My dear friend, I have bought so many houses for my clients in February 2022. Right? Every year we do close to 4 to 5 thousand transactions. Right? Yes, let's accept market is bad. Let's accept economy is bad. Let's accept the prices are going down. But who is telling you to sell your house? You should not sell. This is not the time to sell, even if you have made an investment. I am telling people, guys, wait for another 3 to 6 months, wait for another 1 year. You will recover all that money, right? So, anyway, but Jay, you requested me to come live and I'm ready, but I did not get any details from you. Yes, Prashant, I do agree with you. Bidding war was an issue, right, James? I think Jimmy, you will agree with me on that.
I totally agree. See, now, what happens here is that usually realtors are blamed for the bidding war, but I think even the client should be sensible when they're taking the decisions. Or there are entities, there are different outside entities that enforce in a bidding war as well. But yeah, it is a mutual agreement between the realtor and the client as well. So if they both have each other's back, I think there can be a stop on a bidding war. You can't stop it, but you can take a good
See,
decision basically.
I will tell you what the problem happened in 2021, 2022. So, of course, there was an overexcitement in the market, and that overexcitement was just because the inventory levels were too low. At that time, the inventory was only few weeks, I would say, not even month. And Jay, I have recorded sessions in March 2020 when COVID started, when CMHC predicted that market will go down by 18%. I predicted that market will go up. And July 2020, the market started going up. I have that recording on radio. I have that recorded on my live session. I was in ICCC, uh, like kind of ICCC live session where I made those comments. So, lot many times my prediction has gone right, and I'm not denying the fact it might go wrong as well. There is nothing wrong in it, my friend. Listen, even the Bank of Canada governor didn't know about what is going to happen with the economy. Who the hell I am? Even like countries didn't know what is going to happen. I wish they would have known. So, Jimmy, day before yesterday, I was at a builder's uh, function, and there was a big economist who is most of the time on BNN to give his opinion about the economy of Canada. And this was his comments. He said, "We told Bank of Canada multiple times that you are overshooting by increasing that much rate of interest." So, guys, even Bank of Canada governor was not aware about what is going to happen to economy. Otherwise, Mr. Trudeau wouldn't have got that many lashes today. So, it's pretty fair, I think. Ronak Patel, very, very good afternoon. So, guys, anyway, it was a very interesting discussion. Uh, Prashant is saying, spot on, Ramanji. Now, also, Pitole should see their risk appetite, but the home to buy should be practiced by all. After all, proud ownership is every human's right. Yes, I do agree. Arup Soni is saying, what factors do you think will drive the market up? Very interesting question. I love this question. James, would you like to answer this, or you want me to take lead on this?
Uh, for me, I think the interest rates are the prime factor.
No, no. James, I'm sorry, I disagree with you. Listen, market is always driven by demand and supply. Simple as that. Today, if demand is more, supply is less, the prices will go up. If the supply is more, demand is less, prices will go down. Rate of interest only plays 10 to 20% role in this. 50% weightage goes to demand and supply. Rest other factors like job market, overall economy. Like James, think about it. Let's say there's a recession in the market and there is no supply in the market for houses, the prices will still go up if the demand is more,
Yeah.
right? So, guys, Arup, it is directly related to demand and supply. Now, I will give you a magic formula for this. If on an average, if it's a 3 month inventory, I call it as a balanced market. If the inventory is 4 months, it is the buyer's market. And if the inventory is 5 months, it is absolutely a buyer market and a sign of a problem, right? Now, if the demand is more and the supply is only for 2 months, it is seller's market. If the supply is for 1 month, it is absolutely the seller market. And during COVID, this is what happened. At that time, the inventory level was only for 2 to 3 weeks, not even for 1 month. So today, if I look at the major markets, because since we are talking about Brampton market, so in Brampton, there is an average 350 houses get sold, 350 to 400 every month, but the supply is approximately 13 to 1400 houses. So technically, there's a 4 month inventory in the market right now. So, Arup, that is the factor which drives the market prices up and down. So if the inventory level comes down and the demand goes high, the prices will go up. As simple as that. Prashant has mentioned interest rate, jobs, inventory availability, and positive emotions. Yes, Prashant, positive emotion also plays a very, very important role when it comes to the market. But James, I think we had some interesting discussion, and I so love about it. Uh, okay, Jay has come back. Jay is saying only 300 new homes sold. So Jay, let's do one thing. I am still waiting for your details. Please do send me your details. Please do send me your phone number, email ID. Why don't I bring you onto the live session next week, right? And let's have an open debate on social media. You put up your point, I will put up my point, and let the viewers decide. Either they should buy or they should not buy. He is still stuck up on his problem. Guys, don't listen. Hold on. Don't buy. Builders feeling it now. They will drop prices further. Don't start lining up. So Jay, people not gonna listen to you. People gonna listen to the inventory in the market because housing is a need. It's a basic human need, and everybody needs a houses. Everybody need a house to live. But anyway, I love you for your comments. I love you for your participation, and I think that is what is the beauty of my live sessions. I am very open to these debates. I don't try to hide any comments, right? Okay, now Jay is saying, let's do it, but I am not as handsome as you are. Thank you very much. Jay, I love you for the comments. I feel anytime is a good time to buy a home as soon as you can. Daniel, thank you very much for your comments as well. Waiting for the right time is the greatest idea because there is no such perfect timing. People who wait end up waiting and then have to buy at a high price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I do agree with you, Daniel. Thank you very much for putting up that logical comment. So, Jay, it doesn't matter. I will, I just my makeup team did my makeup, and you see Jimmy. Jimmy, how much time did you spend on the makeup today?
No, no, no. I don't do
No, no, no.
it. No, but it was a very informative session as well.
It was very interesting session. I really appreciate it. Anyway, James, so this is time to say goodbye to everybody. So, Jimmy, uh, last 30 seconds for you if you want to convey any message to our viewers. First of all, thank you very much for putting up such a wonderful presentation. I really appreciate it. Any last comments?
The only thing I would say is that if you are intending to buy and you are a first time home buyer, or even if you want to switch into a bigger house or something, you just see the basic things that are required. But this is the right time to buy. It's a buyer's market, and I don't think anything would go wrong if you are buying in this market. So that's all I have to say.
So, Jimmy, the best part about today's session is that Jay and me have become a good friend, and Jay started appreciating me. Jay said, "Love your contagious smile, sir." Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate you. Arup, I want to finish the session, but what are your thoughts on overall infrastructure development for Brampton? The gridlock and lack of highways, especially Western North. Yes, Arup, that is a very important point for all of us to discuss. I feel Brampton is lacking a lot on the infrastructure, but the kind of development what I see in last few years, and especially um, The way things are shaping up in Brampton economy. You remember, like I remember because I lived in Brampton for almost 17 years. Brampton was called considered as a sleeping town. There were no job opportunities in Brampton, but I think a lot of small businesses are flourishing in Brampton right now, right? And that is what is creating a lot of jobs. And as I earlier mentioned, every city has its own share of problems, right? So that's very very important. I got some another fantastic comments. Same X team and other realtor teams that they have raised question for economy, interest rate, and other concern with government, provincial, and mayor. This is little out of context. Uh, Ronak, I don't know how should I answer this question. But yes, as and when I get an opportunity to meet any of the politicians, any of the public representative, I am very loud on sharing my thought process with them. And whenever I have been called for these discussion, my favorism was my I would say, vote of advice was always towards the consumer. Because at the end of the day, my dear friend, we should respect hard earned, like people who are working hard to earn their day to day living. They put up their lifelong savings in buying the biggest purchase, buying the biggest asset of their life. And I think either it is government or it is the public servants or it is us as a realtor, we have a bigger responsibility towards them. So yes, I have put up a lot of emphasis onto that, and I really appreciate you coming up with this particular. It is not out of the context. This is very much in the context. Sarajit is saying a lot of big businesses are also entering and expanding their existing setups. Yes, that is also true, and there is some challenge in the economy. Let's not try to hide the fact, but I think that is what part of the life is, right? Arup, next time we will discuss about further questions. I know you have a lot of interesting questions. Any plan on US real estate and overall thoughts? Arup, we are actually entering into US market very soon. My team is traveling in the month of September, and we are doing some great shows in Dallas. So we will keep you posted. And thank you very much for all the fantastic questions, comments, and I really, really appreciate it. Guys, wish you good luck. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and keep spreading the positivity. Or keep smiling like James. All right. Wish you good luck. Have a fantastic, fantastic day ahead. Bye bye. I love you.